Arakitoya, Tiraya, Sitrai, Hipercoandaki, Yanamati, Yanamaki, Wanda, Saturi, Tirapkati, Yanamati, Antiwaki, Yamasito, Namaste, good morning, good morning. This is the Sunrise Soul Sessions. So instead of putting the title today, we decided to just flow like we used to. Just press live and see what comes. So there's loads of things that could have come, but the idea was to just flow and see what appears in the moment without any planning, without any words, without any ideas. With this little thing here, camera flare, whatever it's called. So whenever you're watching this, it's always now. It's recorded for our beautiful Son of God rising behind. And there's an amazing mist. I don't know if I'll be able to. There's an amazing mist and fog just rising. You won't be able to see it here because I can't zoom on this. Good morning, Steph. Good morning to you. So, I wish I could zoom on this. No, it doesn't work. So, what wants to be shared? Okay, I'll share some I'll share some individual story stuff. So, yesterday was like a very powerful day, really beautiful and challenging at the same time. So I went through some beautiful things, beautiful sharing, beautiful energy coming through, beautiful insights, experiences, and then towards the evening I realized I was seeing a pattern because I was speaking to some others and just witnessing some others that there's some old energies coming up to pass, not coming to stay, coming to pass. And so this beautiful song, Steph's on there, this beautiful song came on and I shared it and you said, got something in my eye. This Canadian lady did this song and she did it for her family and did it about her childhood and oh my god. I heard it one other day and I was like, this is cool, this is nice. Then I heard it yesterday and boom, the waterworks opened. It's such a beautiful song and just the words of the song was just like so powerful that I just cried, just floods of tears coming, in a beautiful way. It was just a really beautiful way. And then I listened to it, and then my son came on, and he's seen me. He's like, and he's seen this so many times now. He doesn't like. He just holds me and just hugs me and just sits quiet with me. Doesn't ask anything because he's been so used with the crying and seeing this craziness. What does Steph say? How do you do this? Come on. Oh yeah, you have me crying again. Oh my god. Well, it's was it me? Jane Finn. What's her name? Something. I think Jane Finn or something like that. The song's called Bulletproof, and it's so amazing. It's really amazing. So yeah, the tears started flowing there, and so what happens in that, like I shared in the video the other day, is when our heart opens, those tears come down, and so I talked about the treasure, the tears, like trauma, tears, treasure. Like literally, when we cry, tears are a literal medicine that we can take into our body. That is the medicine that's made for whatever that is. Yesterday, I didn't feel like it. The medicine was the crying itself. It wasn't like a traumatic thing. It was just a beautiful thing. It was heart opening thing. So that opened the heart wide open. This song, music does it to me all the time, and so the heart was wide open. Steph, can you let me know that the sound is okay? Because I know this mic was. It's because I was talking about the rascals and energy. Every time I talk about them, some technical thing happens. I bet you it's perfect today, but can you just let me know that the sound's okay and it's not like doing all weird stuff, or that the water's not too loud? Let me know, please. I'm going to continue anyway because this is my self-therapy. This is always what I've been doing since the very beginning. That first video. All good, not as annoying today. Yesterday was perfectly annoying, but I noticed in the video, I went back and watched, it started completely naturally, fine, and then I start getting into the stuff rascal stuff, and then the mic just goes every time, and there's nothing. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's just stuff. So yeah, so my heart was wide open with that song. But I was beginning to share there, when I started doing these live videos, this was literally just my, I didn't know, I was just compelled, I just had to do it. It was just like, I would just talk out my shit and share. And then it seemed to resonate with people, and so I just kept doing it. Well, no, I didn't do it because it resonated, I kept doing it because it was really assisting me. And none of that has really changed. I still just come on here and share my shine and share my shit, and wherever it goes, it's fine. And so that music's so powerful. Music is amazing. Music is a divine gift, and especially when music comes directly from a heart place, from a really deep place, it really touches us. It's so powerful. So open the heart wide. And then we're doing our little family gratitude practice. We do this practice we've been doing for like the three of us together do this practice. Um, so we follow the law. I was given a law. So we share something, write something, say something that we love or we've learned, what we appreciate, and a win, something that went well that day. So we did that, beautiful, and then we do this kind of abundance, prosperity, gratitude meditation. My heart was wide open. I was moving, dancing in the meditation, and then my beautiful master teacher wife shared, it doesn't matter what it was, shared something, and that just, like, again, it's not about the thing that happened. I was telling her this morning because last night I wasn't able to talk about it. It's better to not talk most of the time. But she just said something, and suddenly that just brought up everything. Like, it's really amazing. I'm sure you watching this, you will get this, how intense this is. Like, one small thing that doesn't seem linked to any other thing triggers, and then just an ocean of stuff comes up. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy the amount of stuff comes up. Amazing, amazing when it happens. It's a gift. No, in the actual moment when the trigger happens, it doesn't feel like quicker and quicker I'm getting to the gift. But in the actual moment, I'm like triggered and getting defensive and getting like passive aggressive, blah blah blah, all this stuff. But so the simple thing that she said just triggers a whole waterfall cascade of stuff coming up from old patterns, not feeling good enough, negative, finding fault, all of these sorts of things. Again, nothing. She was just the divine messenger, the divine guest, as she always is. And I said to her today, I thanked her for it today, and then she said, "Well, if you," we always have these jokes, "if you were interacting more with other people, I wouldn't have to do this." And of course, she's not doing it deliberately. It's like, you know, we can hide, but it'll always find a way. And so it just brought up so much stuff. And so again, same process that we've shared for years. It's a processless process. It's an absolutely don't do anything process. You feel the energy of anger. Let's say anger was coming up, frustration was coming up. You feel that. You don't try and name it. You don't try and find out where it came from. You don't go back to childhood. You definitely don't point at the divine messenger that was giving you the gift, the trigger, the trigger finger. One finger pointing at the being who gave you the gift, and three fingers back at who's receiving the gift. The trigger finger is where the real gift is coming from the divine. So point, this is the trigger finger. That's who's giving you the gift on earth. The three fingers is who's receiving the gift. You receive triple the gift, and it's actually coming from the divine up there. So it's getting quicker and quicker that I get into the gift, but in the exact moment when the trigger happens, I'm still reactive. It took me to sit. Anger's here. Okay, don't touch it. Let it come. And as soon as you don't, if you tell a story, it's staying. If you blame someone, it's staying. If you're trying to find out what happened in a past life or this life, it's staying. This is my experience. And I just have to share my experience. So many things that I've shared before and have come through me have been part of a process of looking at that problem, finding that problem, and you know, moving through it. But like honestly, it's again my experience. We don't need any modalities. We don't need any of these processes. We don't need past life. We don't need. It's fine. We just let it be, and it goes. If you don't touch it, you don't give it a name. This little thing's going to blow off the cliff. Better get it. If you do, anger's there. Don't tell any story about it. Don't blame anyone. Don't blame yourself. Don't blame the other. Don't try and find where it comes from. Don't do anything with it. Anger's here. Feel it. Give it space. And my experience is it moves through and up and out the head. And sometimes you'll feel it cycling around like in a torus field. And then the energy comes up as like bliss. That has been my experience for many years, but I do forget it as well. So this, let's get you this. This is exactly what I mean. Oh yes, the tsunami. I know why we have saints. So yes, I have sent you nothing but angels. God says, everyone and everything, angels, blessings indeed. And so yeah, tsunami. It was a tsunami of stuff, tsunami of shit. And so I wish I could show you this fog. It's so nice. But yeah, the fog lifted fairly quickly, and I was able to again go through each one. Again, you don't even necessarily need to name it. Last night I did name them, and so like whatever it was. But I feel like you just feel anything. Don't even give it, because even a name, then it's like, as soon as you name it, the way our brain works, the human brain, the egoic brain, links that with something. So I feel anger. Okay, so I think of the other times that I felt anger. I think, oh, it's bad to feel anger, or anger needs to be expressed. A story comes as soon as we name something. A story comes. This is where, in the Bible, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil is just that, the ability to name things and make them good and bad. That's all problems come from that. It's just the fall from grace. It's the fall. It's the good and bad, the duality, polarity. And it's not good or bad. It's just what is. And so, if we can just, not if we can. Trigger happens. Feeling. Don't even name it. Just feel what it feels like. Because without a name, it's just a feeling. It's a sensation. It might be a very strong feeling if it's anger or rage or frustration, but you just feel it. Let your being just feel it, and if we give it space, it is coming up to go. It's ready to go. That beautiful being has triggered, has given you the gift. You're getting a Trinity gift, and God is directing the whole thing. The divine is directing the whole thing. You just give it space, it will move through. Every single time. I have, and again, I forget this. I don't always remember this. But every time that I've been in that space where I allow that feeling, it moves through. It doesn't always transmute onto this Taurus and blissful feeling. Sometimes you just feel the energy leaving, and then you just feel neutral. But every single time there is a space allowed, and we allow it to move through, it will pass. It does pass. And it's so interesting. Every morning I come here, I need to tell a long story about an amazing experience that I've been having with another soul on this journey who is here every morning just sharing their genius on the other side. And actually it's so amazing how this life works. I was talking recently about an experience I had where a lot of anger and rage came up in me, and it actually happened to be with this beautiful soul who comes here every morning. And it didn't happen here. But we had an interaction, and I could not believe again what happened, and the feelings of anger and rage inside me were just so far apart. Something happened. It was just like a something, just a human thing. But I went inwardly, because it was in a place where it was like a public place. Inwardly, there was just rage in me. If I'm really honest, I wanted to kill this man. And that did not. This is gonna be real. Maybe I'll get banned off here for this stuff, whatever. I'm just telling it. like it is. I wanted to kill this man, and it was like it was so insane because what happened was just like something on the playground. It was like literally something on the playground, but it sparked absolute rage where I wanted to murder someone. Just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not gonna hide it. No one else is gonna tell you this. I'm gonna say I wanted to kill. I wanted to kill, and it was like something in the playground. What happened? It's so funny. But anyway, so that happened. I had to work so much because it was so far removed from what happened. I'm like, gee, what is? And I did go get some help, thankfully, by an amazing brother who helped me. He does like family constellation and really powerful work. And we worked on it amazingly, and that went through. Anyway, so that all passed, all was good. But this being, then so I had this experience with this being. So I had a idea of this being, like a vision of this being, and then I start coming here to this beautiful place to do sunrise sessions, and um, what happened? So I'm here one day and I'm doing these videos and I'm talking about all this spiritual stuff and blah, 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 all this stuff's coming through me. And next thing I see this guy who Martin wanted to murder. If my social medias get deleted, I was never going to murder the guy. There just was a feeling of just sharing. It was. You're going to get extreme polarities on here. And so the guy turns up here every morning on his own, sunrise, and he's playing music. I mean, literally playing violin, playing flute. And like my vision of this guy was like so different, and I see him doing this, and then I'm like in complete awe of him. I'm like, oh my god, I love this guy so much because he's here not doing it for anyone. He was kind of like me, hoping that he comes here to the spot and no one is there. He's just there every morning at sunrise, playing violin, playing flute, playing other music, and he just walked by there. And so talking about angels, I know that is an angel on my path. To go from wanting to annihilate someone to just looking at them and thinking you're the most beautiful being alive. Like swear to God, this is what happened. So he's just walked by. So we've not had our human conversation yet, but I've had like this unbelievable experience. I'm just like in awe, thinking I'm so inspired by it that he's there playing music just because he loves music and just because it's the sunrise. It's not like doing it for someone or like I mean, just so amazing. So today I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to. Uh, Martin's ego is going to have to like swallow down and see and just man up and go have a conversation and see what happens. But an angel on earth, like just extreme polarity, it's just amazing how it happens, and he just happened to walk by there today. So yeah, that was amazing. That is amazing. So I wonder, do you have to see these comments? See what insanity I have sparked here. How do I get these comments back? I don't know how it is. It's gone. Samantha McDermott. Is that my Dungiven brother under the guise of Samantha? I don't know. If it is, it is. It's Samantha. Feeling it today? Feeling it with me? Steph says, oh my god, this will be funny. Glad you're a psycho too. Oh my god. Martin is. Martin is. That is guaranteed. Sometimes. So happy to have you back. Well, it is good to be back. And Katrina says, wow, you're going to tell him. I am going to tell him. I don't know if I'm going to tell him that I want to kill him because that is just completely. It was collective energy. No, nothing is solely collective or personal or individual, but like what happened compared to the energy I felt was like so ridiculously far away that I don't think there's any need to tell him because it was just like, yes, you're a complete psycho. He would be saying that, but I do. Uh, no, Martina's aunt. Oh my god! Do you know this is so funny, Samantha? I have a friend in Dungiven, and his name is. No, his brother's name is Dermot McDermott, but he's called. Anyway, I swear his wife's name's Samantha McDermott, and he is on it. he usually be on his, her profile. So thank you, Samantha, and sorry for the misidentification. So yeah, I'm not. I don't think. No, I'm not. I don't think I'll tell him that. And just what I am going to do. Yes, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to say how amazing I think it is that he comes and plays me. I'm going to just focus on the gift of it. I don't need to focus on the psycho craziness. Again, I'm not even going to. I can't even tell the story because it's so ridiculous. So ridiculous. And it is like something on the playground. There's something on the playground where there was a little ego battle of little boys, let's say, for the smallest thing. And but it's amazing. So maybe you, who hopefully it's not just me, and this is not just public psychotherapy, literally psycho. Um, maybe you, like I talked about this. Steph says I want to know. Okay, I'll tell you. It's so ridiculous. I'll tell you anyway. Let's see what happens. So we're in a public, like a co-work space, and because my laptop died, I have to use this like I have to use like a computer screen and like this other thing. I didn't have, so I've been like, oh my god, the amount of stuff it takes to do those daily videos and all the stuff that I've been doing is like insane. It takes so much time. Laptop's not working, so I have all this stuff that I need to carry, a screen and a Mac Mini, this little kind of backup thing. And so I come into this space and he's there. I wonder if he'll ever watch this. It won't matter. And I come in, and now I'll just get real about it. There is an energy like with us. That's it. There's an energy with us. Anyway, so they're in this space, and because it's like a whole mission just for me to get this stuff set up, and so it ends up that I had to ask him if I could put the plug in below where it was, where he was sitting, because this is the only place I could plug in, and it was a whole mission of all setting it up, and then I could. It was very obvious that he was very annoyed about that. He was not happy about that at all. Energetic, again, I'm very, what's the word? Sensitive to energies. It was very clear that he was very annoyed about that. And then he made like a real sarcastic comment. This is like a real Irish thing, sarcastic. He's Scottish, so very close. So he made a real sarcastic comment, and then that just started it with me. And then so I went back with a wee passive aggressive sarcastic comment, and then we went back and forth, and the energy just went up and up, and yeah, it just got blown out. Inside me. I don't know what was happening inside him. I could feel an energy. Again, it's not about him. It's just about he was playing the role for this. Inside me, volcanoes and explosions and like. So it was because I think it's an Irish thing. Steph and Katrina and Samantha, you might get this. You know that sarcasm, like what do we call it? There's a word. Or there's a statement the way we used to, a joke with a jag. A joke with a jag. We do it like in a kind of funny way, but it's sarcastic. But really, you're putting daggers in. That's what it felt like to me, and then that's what I give back. And then, but it was just so crazy what happened. Like again, just schoolboy stuff. Perfectly valid reactions. Oh my god, perfectly valid for a psycho. So a joke with a jag. That's what started with a joke with a jag, but then that just drew up inside of me absolute rage. No, there's no other way to say it. It was just rage. And I was like, what the? But again, outwardly, of course, I was just like getting on with my work, and then it was so funny. Something appeared. I think I told you at the time. I was doing a cover for one of the YouTube videos, and it was amazing. I definitely told you, Katrina, you were. As soon as I opened the computer and get it done and all that, and so we're both sitting beside each other, seething. Or I don't know. Maybe he was completely calm. I can't say that. I can only speak for this one. My experience again. Maybe you have this experience. Maybe you have this experience where you feel like something like this happens. Again, you mightn't be as psychotic as this one, but you have a certain experience and it's very intense, and you assume that the other one involved in that as having the same experience, but they definitely are not. They never are. They might have some similar experience, but we won't know unless we actually, whenever we drop this body, that's when we'll only really know. We get to experience every event from all perspectives. So that I've been shown this many times. So whenever choose to drop this body, I will experience that again from his perspective, from a perspective that all different perspectives of versions of me, and all different perspectives of versions of him, and also perspectives of versions of something, watching the two playing that out. Anyway, that's just a little fun thing for whenever you drop the body. The totally lost it now. Backhander. Katrina saying yes, a backhander. Joke with the jag. Joke with the jag. So completely lost now. Maybe we're done, are we? Oh yeah, what I wanted to share was maybe you've experienced these things and you think this is very important in relationships. Like that was like someone that I never spoke to, complete random stranger, angel, which I now know is an angel and a master. Gift for me, and he doesn't need to know that. So yeah, what I share was maybe you had an interaction that was challenging or traumatic or anger or whatever happens to be. Just insert stuff here, and you assume that the other being has went through the same. What you feel, what you've experienced, what you said, what they heard, what you heard. You think that that's one experience. It's absolutely not. Everything that you've experienced is one individual experience, and their experience could be wildly different. I mean, like, literally the opposite. That guy, maybe I should speak with him and ask him about it. Yes, I should, because I should get his. Maybe, but I don't know if he'd be open. But I will. I'm going to do it. I'll set the intention that I'm going to do it. He could have. No, this is absolutely possible. It'd be fun to find out. That could have been. It could have been literally absolutely nothing to him, and it was completely a setup in consciousness for me. And he looked a certain way, felt a certain way, and just said a certain thing just to trigger this all for me, like divinely orchestrated for me. And he could have been just like, oh, whatever, it's no big deal, and he didn't even think about it for another second after. That's absolutely possible. I don't know if it is or not, if it is the case for him or not. But so I feel like what this comes to is, don't assume that the way that you experience is. Oh, Steph is always going to bring it. Steph knows me too well. Don't assume that if you have a challenging experience, especially when it's highly emotionally triggering and whatever for you, don't assume that the way that you experience, and this is from childhood as well, and or something that happened yesterday. Don't assume that how you experienced it, how you felt it, is the way that the other people or beings experience it, because it's not. It's never the same. No two beings are the same. We have lots of shared experiences. We have lots of ways in which we can, we overlap. But think of all the experiences in your life, all of the traumas you've been through, all of the things that have happened to you. They're completely unique. And even someone, I think Katrina says in her, siblings are the best. Of course, siblings or parents or partners are the masters for this. Strangers can sometimes do it, but you think about, I remember someone close to me talked about, certain things in their childhood, and they had a shared experience with a similar age sibling, and that sibling has a completely different story of their childhood, even though they experienced pretty much the exact same thing. Why is that? Because there's not one experience. There's actually I need to get away from these comments now, because I see what they're saying, and it's funny. But yeah, I feel like this is coming because it's important to say that what you remember about your childhood, or what you remember about an event yesterday or 20 years ago, is not exactly what the other person being involved in that will have experienced. And the only way we'll get to know, truly the only way we'll get to know, is when we drop the body. But the only way we really get to get their perspective from their perspective is to really talk about it and get it from their experience without our story, without wanting them to validate our story as the right way. We need to be totally open, totally um, in a space of complete non-duality, non-judgment, to get a perspective from another. And if we do ask for that, we have to be open and willing to hear that how we experience something is completely the opposite and completely quote wrong compared to what they, from their perspective. And if we are open to that, we can get amazing gifts. That's again the pendulum swinging of polarity, especially in these karmic relationships and these experiences where we're triggering each other for our highest good. One, generally one, a partner or a family member, they will play the polar. They will play the polarized opposites. So we'll play the victim, the victimizer. We'll play the winner, the loser. We'll play the happy one, the sad one. We'll play the strong one, the weak one. Whatever it is, they'll play that out, and that's why they're so powerful. As siblings and family and random strangers that you want to murder. So let's see these comments. See what these are at. Messy. Steph saying I'm going to come back with a black eye tomorrow. I'm going to go with absolute open heart and pure peace, and I'm going to say how much I love what that guy is doing. Yes, actually, what did he say? Yes, actually, maybe give an opportunity to see, so you see him. Yeah, that'd be amazing. And that, I think that's going to be much easier. That is much easier with a random stranger that you randomly wanted to annihilate than it is with parents, partners, because with parents, partners, other significant other selves, you have so much history. You have so much history that it's so hard for us. So with this guy, I have zero history. I have that one event that I experienced in a certain way that it'll be so fun to see if he even wants to talk about it. But I'd love to get his experience at that event, if that works. But we have, it's amazing. So all this to say, maybe if you're having similar experiences, maybe you can look at this and maybe you can, again, it's hard. If it's family, partner, someone that you have so much shared history with, you just take in all your baggage. I don't know. I'm sure there's people who don't do that and can't do that. I'm still not there. I'm a masterpiece in the making. Your baggage comes in. Spend 72 hours under the same roof with your parents and you revert back 17 years very quickly. Someone says, I didn't know you were back on Facebook. Martina Crudden shared a post yesterday. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you, Samantha. Yeah, I got called back into the fun after a few years in the wilderness. And I was in that wilderness to become the being who can really be a heart leader. This is what I've been told, is to be a heart leader. And a heart leader is not for the faint of heart. And that 2 years was to really drop into a new state of being, a new way of being, with similar traits but a much deeper level. And it's to be a heart leader and to lead heart leaders. And that's going to be fun. And I have no idea how I'm going to do it, because it's for one or two of them, about 144,000 or so. So this is part of it. This has always been my part of it, is sharing vulnerably my journey, sharing vulnerably my shit, sharing all of the missed takes in this movie of life, sharing all of me, whether that's the highest vision and version or it's the insane psychotic murderous version. Again, AI algorithm, it's a joke. It's all a joke. It's all a cosmic joke. There was never going to be any of that. That timeline exists, but we weren't joining it. So, yeah, maybe just this is an invitation for you and an invitation for this one to see where we have made assumptions about certain experiences that we think how we experienced it is how it is. And it's absolutely not the case. It's 100% the case for you, and it's not about denying your experience, denying your emotions, or saying like, oh, you're just making it up. That's a lot of beings in this journey. This happened when you were younger. You're very sensitive. You were very energetic, you're able to feel energies, and you got shut down and you're told you're too sensitive, you need to shut up, or you're too much. All of these things is a very common trait and theme. And again, that's for the gift. That's the gift of the angels to make us stronger, like that song from Jane Finn or whatever her name was. If you didn't hear that song, go onto my Facebook profile, um, and if some tears come, you can catch them on the tongue. This beautiful song, Bulletproof, but that definitely opened the heart yesterday hugely. But so don't assume that how you experience something, even though it's logically, factually, emotionally, feeling at every level, you believe that is what's happened. This is how this went down. For someone else, it literally can be the exact opposite, or various degrees, the range, like we talked about the range yesterday. It can be varying degrees, and the only way we'll get to do it in this level is to have an open-hearted communication with that one without any expectation that they will validate our story or our way of experiencing. You have to be able to hear that it was completely opposite to what you shared, or some varying degrees of that, and be just open without baggage, without story. Then we get some semblance. I feel like as we have a human body, it's always going to be filtered in some way. But to get some semblance of it, we have to be in an open-hearted communication. How did you feel? How did that make you feel? And be completely open to that. When I said that or that happened, what happened for you? How did that impact you? And it takes us a very, this one's still working. It takes a high degree of emotional intelligence to be able to talk about that as well. That's a challenge for us masculine-bodied beings as well. So if it's a masculine body being that you're dealing with, and you are a feminine body being, you have to just give extra um, space, extra understanding, extra compassion, because definitely for me, and in my investigations in men's work, is very, very challenging for masculine body beings, for men out there that haven't, didn't receive those skills and have to develop those skills. So yeah, it's important to give extra space, extra room, extra understanding. It is much generally, again, no making blanket statements, but generally the feminine beings are more in touch and more able to express emotion, but not always. So yeah, that must have been what was appearing today. 37 minutes. Okay. I tried to keep these short. Not really. So this is what has been appearing today, and we'll title it afterwards. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for commenting. It's good that these comments work now. Well, as Katrina said, thank you for sharing the fine tuning of your heart, your heart of yours, your heart of ours. Yes, thank you, sister. Thank you for being my guide and support throughout all of the desert times, forever and ever. Grateful. Thank you. Okay, let's leave it there. Let's see what the title. If you have any ideas of the title of what this video should be, because Martin has only one perspective of it, please put in the comments what's the title of what was just shared. This is a good idea, because Martin has one perspective of what just was shared, but there's a few people that is on live there now, or you watch it afterwards. Please put in the comments what is the theme of this video. What is the theme of what has been shared here? Put it in the comments and let me know, and then we can share it together. And then I can get multiple, hopefully, other perspectives of what was shared here, so as to, because we put a title on it so that when you're scrolling on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or any of these places wherever this will appear, a title is something to, grab your attention, to say as to what this is about. So maybe put in the comments, let me know what is the title of this video, because I don't know, and I would like to hear from your perspectives. Okay? Thank you all so much. This has been the Sunrise Sessions Untitled, sharing some. Oh my god, I'm just hearing Katrina and Steph's titles of this video and just laugh. And I don't even know if I'll be allowed to, if they really put on their fun ways of titling this. I don't know if I'll be able to even put it on there, but I'm having a little laugh. I think their souls are poking a little fun with me. This has been the Samantha mashup. Okay, I like it. It's been a mashup. Yes, that's very good. That word mashup, those words mashup really, really working well. So yes, put more ideas in the comments what we should call this video. If you're just joining now, you can go back and watch if you feel like it. And this has been the Sunrise Sessions. It's been an open verbal diarrhea and vulnerability share. And I trust that it has served you in some way. I trust that it has given you a laugh. I trust that it has given you maybe the courage or the intention or the clarity to maybe have conversations with those that you assume that you've had an interaction with and you think it's happened a certain way. Maybe with the possibility that they've had a completely different experience to you. And I will take that and I will update you on what happens. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you, Steph. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, everyone else who is joining now or in the future. If you're on replay, put in the comments. I'm a time traveler. And thank you for the. I'm not even going to read this because I have to go. I'm going to watch this comment after because I know I'll just stay here at 41:50. Until next time, from my heart to yours. The divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are